Okay. Hello again. Pikachu. Um, it's time for some more Pokemon. And look at that, we're already at 84. Now, you may recall, if you're watching the previous episode, and if not, I'll just explain, that, what we did was we surfed up and down this little area, which you may be familiar with as a very glitchy little strip of shore. And what that allowed us to do was catch a couple of Pokemon. In particular, we caught the M glitch, which I evolved into Kangaskhan. Here is said M glitch. And we also caught a Charmander and a Squirtle, which I happened to be able to catch because of my name. That was the main reason I chose that name. It was also kind of convenient because that and the rivals' names mean they basically mean red and blue, albeit reversed, considering that I'm blue and rivals red, and you know it should be the other way around in the red version. But whatever. Anyway, Zubat. That allowed me to, whoops, why did I do that? That allowed me to catch the two other starter Pokemon, which is pretty convenient, I must say. And that was what filled up, you know, a large part of my Pokédex there. These two are leveling up pretty nicely. Anyway, but I wasn't going to do that today, or maybe not for now. For now, what I want to do is something that I've been wanting to do ever since a couple episodes ago. A few more than a couple. But I don't actually know if this will work, so let's just see what happens. So what I'm going to do first is... I guess I can probably do it here. I'm going to go fishing. Not quite what I was looking for, but I don't know if it actually matters, but I want to at least try to find it. What I'm looking for, by the way, is a Dratini. You recall that an episode, I think it was 3 or maybe 4 episodes ago, I forget. I tried and miserably failed at catching a Dratini. And yeah, much to my regret, I was not able to catch it. So this episode, I hope to actually succeed, where I previously failed. there it is. Let's see if I can actually do it. Nope. Wow. Okay, so first try and I managed to get it. Okay, that was really unexpected. I was expecting this would take a while, but sure, okay. Dratini Dragon. Long considered a mythical Pokemon until recently when a small colony was found living underwater. Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. I guess I just got really lucky this time. I mean, it is all random chance. Alright, well, that knocks out one thing that I thought would take a while. So now I'm just gonna... wander around. I don't really remember where I want to go in here. This seems like it could be the right area. Taurus. Well, I haven't caught one of you yet, so I guess I'll try. Now see, if you made a bull angry, I don't think it would just run away from you. When I first played this game, and I did that glitch strip thing, I usually encountered Nidorinos. I don't know what letter that implies. I remember when I was younger, I liked to use the names John and Sword. I don't know which one I would have used for Pokemon, but yeah. Oh, and also Albert. Amusingly, I never used my real name. I don't know why. And when I got a little bit older, I started using, like, Chaos and other weird things. Anyway, so I guess while I'm wandering about here, I'll explain the other glitch thing I've been doing. You can look it up if you're... I haven't been in that, yeah. You can look it up if you want to figure out how to do it yourself. It's not that complicated, just, like, take some practice, because... what you basically need to do... Oh, and by the way, the thing you would look up is the Mew glitch, quote-unquote. And that was how I caught Mew relatively near the beginning of the game, you know, in Cerulean City. That's where you can first do it, I believe. At least without, you know, using a Game Shark or something. And that's pretty much what I decided to do. Just, you know, play Pokemon pretty much legitly, but, you know, make use of some of the glitches, but the ones that already exist in the game, not with a Game Shark or anything. And see if I can actually catch all 150 Pokemon without having any, quote, friends, unquote, to trade with. Anyway, so the thing that you need to practice at is you need to find certain trainers that will you know, notice you with the exclamation mark over their head and whatever. Oh, Venomoth. You know, I'll try catching this Venomoth. No? Okay. Anyway, you need to find certain trainers that will notice you from the maximum distance. I don't remember how many spaces that is, but you know, you can find a guide on it and whatever. There are a few trainers that do that, and what you need to do is walk right up to them before they see you, and then walk into their line of sight and pause immediately. And that's the part that takes some practice, because at first you're just going to mess up a bunch of times and he'll see you and you have to start over. Because if he does see you, then you can't do it. Or if he sees you without you pausing, I mean. And then, oh, you also have to have either fly or teleport or something to let you escape from that screen. Usually I would use teleport after catching an Abra, so you would need an Abra at that point in the game. Later on you can use dig or fly or whatever, or escape ropes even. Of course, for dig or escape rope you need to be underground. You know, the regular rules still apply. Anyway, and then you need to go find something else, usually another trainer, and whatever that trainer's last Pokemon is, I think, and that Pokemon's special stat will determine what you next encounter when you go back to that other area. There are a bunch of rules about this, like you can't press start or any buttons or something, so that's why you need to find a trainer. And I forget how it all works. At this point I just sort of do it, like it's like just something I remember how to do now. You know, it's a what's the word? I don't want to say like a reflex, because it's not a reflex, but it's like a muscle memory. There you go. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You can encounter a lot of Pokemon you wouldn't normally encounter. Like in my case, I've encountered a lot of things that you can only find in Blue version, or things that are just you know, too difficult, like the Chansey, and oh. And things that I wouldn't be able to get ever unless I traded, which I can't. Like that Gengar a while ago. Did I catch anything? I caught Dratini and that was it, right? I should probably open a new box. I don't actually know if anything bad happens if you run out of room in your box, but... There's the Dratini. I guess I'll have to train... I don't know if I want to use a Dratini / Dragonair / Dragonite, but... Oh yeah, here's the Charmander and Squirtle, who are ridiculous levels. That's just sort of how it happens. I guess I'll save it, just in case. Alright, and let's see if this works out. I honestly don't know if it will, because I don't know if the area I was in is the area I wanted to be in, but here's hoping. So, what this strip is very useful for, besides the missing no stuff, is it lets you encounter Pokemon that you would not... it lets you encounter Pokemon from whatever area you just came from. And this is usually kind of pointless, because you can just encounter the Pokemon in the area anyway. But in this case, you can encounter Pokemon from the Safari Zone. And you can see why that would be very useful. So yeah, you can encounter Pokemon that you would normally only find in the Safari Zone. And here, we can actually use our Pokemon to encounter, you know, fight them or catch them or whatever, which is really convenient. And another convenient thing is that in the wild, Pokemon that don't have Teleport or Roar or those other kind of moves can't actually run away. I mean, it kind of makes sense that they would run away, but they can't for some reason. So, you know, we get to enjoy the benefits. Alright, so far not finding anything I need yet. I'm sure I will. I really like that this guy can learn Psychic. That's like probably the main reason I wanted to use him. A bunch of boring Pokemon though. Alright, well at least you're coming along. Kangaskhan. Well, I have a Kangaskhan too, but it's not strong enough to fight it. It's also just very amusing that you can encounter these Pokemon in what seems to be the water. I remember when I first played this game and I first discovered this glitch, that was the thing that made me confused the most. Just that you found all these things in the water. Nothing yet. I'm starting to wonder if I should be concerned, because I don't know how many of the Pokemon you're allowed to find here. Like, maybe if there's like um, um, a maximum amount of Pokemon you can find in the water, and since the Safari Zone has a whole bunch of Pokemon you can find there, maybe like it gets cut off a bit or something. Oh, level 40. Thunder Wave. Well, I'll get rid of Sand Attack. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, like if, for example, you can only find 6 Pokemon in this water, and the Safari Zone, at least that section of the Safari Zone, has 9 Pokemon in it. Maybe only the first 6 can be encountered. I don't know if that is the case, I'm just, concerned that that could be. If that is the case, then I can just go back to the Safari Zone and, try to find them the old-fashioned way. It sucks because I won't be able to use all my Master Balls, which would make things a lot easier. But, oh well. Incidentally, I realized I made an error in the last episode when I said something like, something about how, when you use the item duplication... That's a hard word to say, actually. When you do that glitch, you multiply your items by 128. It's actually, they just get increased by 128, which makes more sense. Multiplication is pretty hard. I don't mean in real life. I mean in computer stuff in games. So let's see. I found both Nidorans. I found Nidorino, and I found Doduo, so that's 4 so far. I think I found Venonat, right? I'm pretty sure I did. So that's 5. And Kangaskhan makes 6. So if I find a 7th one, then, well, that doesn't mean anything. That just means that maybe the limit is not 6. I shouldn't just make a guess and then go with the guess. So I'll keep at this for a little while. This, at any rate, is pretty okay grinding. Coming along nicely. When I run out of Psychics, I think I'm going to go back to the Safari Zone and try a different area. Alright, this may be it. I mean, this may be the point where I give up. Well, okay, I'll give it one more chance, let's say. I can't even, I know when I was younger and I had the Pokemon Red on the regular Game Boy, I was on this strip for hours. I don't even remember what I was looking for. Like, I know I like caught a bunch of missing nose and execute. I caught a bunch of missing nose. I caught some M's and turned them into Kangaskhans. I did all sorts of stuff like that. But I don't remember if I was like trying to do something in particular, or if I was just, you know, having fun, I guess. Because it was pretty wild, you know, you never saw anything like that in video games before that point. At least in my knowledge. In my experience, I mean. You just usually didn't encounter glitches, or when you did, they were, you know, just weird graphical things that didn't really matter. But in this game, it really mattered. Like, these were things that actually changed the game. It helped you out and all sorts of stuff. I remember, my brother, my middle brother, I say that to refer to the brother that is not the youngest, but is still younger than me. He had a Pokemon Blue. And I don't remember what he named his character either, but what he found in this water was like chefs, I believe. Chefs or cooks, something like that. But you know, they're a kind of trainer that you can't even encounter in this game. Like, they're obviously leftover data for when I assume the idea was that you would encounter them in on the SSN, because there are you know, people cooking there or whatever, but you can't fight them. So that's just a little interesting thing. Of course, I think all the trainers you encounter here, if you do encounter trainers, they always have a glitch Pokemon. I think. I could be wrong. Oh yeah, I do remember one thing that I encountered when I did this was a level, well, okay, some high-level Mewtwo, which, you know, was pretty amazing at the time, because that was when Mewtwo was a big deal. But what was really funny about this Mewtwo was that he had literally no attacks. All of his moves were support attacks. He had like Light Screen and or Reflect, one of those two, Recover, and I don't remember what else, but you know, a bunch of things like that. And he couldn't actually attack, and it was just really weird because he was also really hard to kill, so it was kind of pointless. I think I pretty much caught one after I got the Master Balls duplicated and avoided them afterward. I'm not going to really try to level up the Articuno, at least until my Venusaur is a higher level. I'm not like trying to like get Venusaur to be necessarily on par with Articuno, I just don't want it to get too far ahead. Articuno, that is. And by the way, Articuno has a kind of a dumb name. It should be Arcticuno, you know, because its name clearly comes from Arctic, as in, you know, the Arctic, or Antarctica. But yeah, that's just a weird thing. I mean, Zapdos, okay, Zap, sure. And Moltres, Molten, it's kind of weird, but it makes me Moltres makes me think of like a bird molting, you know? And I think that's kind of the wrong imagery, but I was always amused by the way that the word Arctic refers to bears. Like Arctos means bear in Greek, I think, because the Arctic Circle was defined by it being under the bear constellations. I forgot what they're called. Ursa Major and Minor. I guess Ursa is the Latin and Arctos is the Greek. I forget, something like that. But yeah, it's that's why they're named that. And their names don't really imply coldness or anything. I mean, Antarctica literally means the opposite, or you know, anti Arctic, whatever. You know what I mean? And that just refers to it being on the opposite side of where the bears are. But you know, that's how words go. And I've been here a while. I should actually get out of here. Yeah. I'm using up my last cycle. I don't think I'm gonna encounter what I wanted. But hey, at least I'm leveling up. Alright, I'm going to try again. I have a Flying Kangaskhan, by the way. That's really amusing if you have Pokemon Stadium and use it, and I did that. Because when Kangaskhan uses Fly, it just sort of moves up into the air. It doesn't have any special animation or anything. It just floats there. It's pretty funny. By the way, there's a glitch you can do here. If you like save the game, like right, like a square above me or something like that, or maybe two above me. I don't remember. And then you like exit the game, and then you come back in, and you like walk around outside. Like you can leave as if you're not. Oh, Chansey. You can leave as if you're not still playing the Safari Zone game, and if you do that, then the step counter thing will still be activated, and you can run out of steps, and it'll go ding dong, and you go back here, and then if you leave, there's like some things you need to do correctly, but if you do it correctly, then you can leave and go to the so-called glitch city, which is actually a bad thing because I think you can't do anything there, and you get stuck, or maybe the game freezes even. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. In any case, it's just a world of garbage data. I always liked Paris's sound effect. Got a pretty high encounter rate right now. Is this the same as that other area? No, it's not. So I think this is the third area, and I guess I'll try walking around this area. And another Tauros. Alright, well, I'll try again. Rhyhorn. Well, I'll try you too. I don't know what a rock would want to eat, but whatever. I guess it's not supposed to literally be a rock, it's just covered in rock, but still. I mean, Geodude is basically a sentient rock, right? Alright. Rhyhorn, spikes. Yep, that's its only notable characteristic. It is spikes. Its massive bones are 1,000 times harder than human bones. That's interesting. It can easily knock a trailer flying. So if it's 1,000 times harder than human bones, what does that mean? Like, what does the multiplier here mean? Like, is it comparable to diamond? I don't know. I don't know how hardness works in that case. Also, that little image, that bouncing up and down Pokemon sprite always makes me think of Tauros. Alright, well there's one Safari Zone thing I haven't gotten. I still want to find that Tauros. And maybe a few other evolved Pokemon, just so that I can, you know, finish up the Pokédex faster, without having to evolve them. And by the way, I'm sure you noticed that I haven't explored Cinnabar Island yet. I will do that in some episode, but for now I'm just, you know, doing some stuff on the side. Actually, I don't know when I'm going to do Cinnabar Island, because I believe I want to have a side quest episode. So yeah, that should be coming up soon at least. Venomoth. Alright, I'll try catching this one again. Nope. Very flighty, those flying insects. Another one. Okay. I guess maybe next time I find one, I'll do something else. That just seems to be a good strategy. You know, throw bait and then throw rock. Rhyhorn. You know, I would kind of expect that a Rhyhorn would eat rocks. So shouldn't throw rock be the same as throw bait in that case? I don't know. It just seems to be like something made of rock would eat rock. Because, you know, why would it eat organic matter? That wouldn't add to its mass or anything. I mean, I guess it would, but it wouldn't be the same kind of mass. I don't know. Just a weird thought. Alright, Tauros, you again. I guess let's do the bait. Okay, let's try throwing just a ball. Missed. Nope. Alright. Whenever I throw food and then throw the ball, I seem to miss. I guess, for some reason, eating increases your evasion rate? I don't know. Alright, well I'm slowly encountering, or I'm slowly catching some Pokemon at least. I got Rhyhorn and Dratini, so that's 2. Alright, execute. You see plenty of these. Huh, very nice. I think that has a double weakness to fire. Even though, I don't think it... Well, I guess it is sort of a bug, but it's not really grass. But I suppose grass doesn't necessarily refer to plants in this game. It just refers to vegetative things. Any minute now. Alright, Nidoran. Pretty boring. Magmar slowly becoming as powerful as this guy, at least. Rhyhorn. Okay. Well, unfortunately I already caught one, so I'm not really looking for him. didn't seem to really help you too much. Yeah, this is a very slow process, but I'm hoping eventually I'll be able to catch everything from the Safari Zone. I already caught the Dratini, which was honestly the thing I was most worried about. So after that, Chansey. I mean, what else ought I be worried about? Wow, Chansey does not have a lot of attack power. Yeah, we're expecting that, huh? So yeah, I decided to add a new category to my videos. This one, for instance, will be a combination of grinding and Venomoth. Well, since I decided to catch one anyway, I'll do that now. Where is my... Oh. I should move these things around a bit. There we go. See, this cuts the caching segments, cuts them down a bit. Venomoth, Poison Moth. The dust-like scales covering its wings are color-coded to indicate the kinds of poison it has. So it has more than one kind of poison? That's very unusual for something you would find in nature, because I think usually it takes all the animal's effort to create one kind of poison, much less more than one. I don't know. Pretty weird. Also, all poison in this game is the same except for toxic. Unless you count like leech seed or something. Anyway, so that's another one. That one wasn't like a big deal. I could have eventually leveled up the Venom I already have, but I figured, you know, I might as well just catch one to save some time. But, you know, I'm really looking forward to stuff like Tauros. That would have been a good time for Tauros to show up, but oh well. Anyway, what was I saying? Alright, so this episode, for instance, is a grinding episode and a, I don't know what I want to call it. Maybe catching episode? Like I'm trying to catch Pokemon to the detriment of anything else. Not the detriment, I mean, you know, instead of anything else. I'm not trying to, you know, progress the story or whatever. Alright, we're making some steady progress on the levels at least. I always find Reflect a really odd move. Like, I'm pretty sure it, doesn't actually... Like, it's actually, something that defends against physical attacks, which doesn't make a lot of sense, because I think of Reflect as being, you know, reflecting magic, like in the Final Fantasy games. Like, what is being reflected exactly? Your, you know, arm, I guess? Or whatever? Whatever is doing physical damage? It's just kind of weird. Like, I would have called it, like, you know, shield or armor or something, if it were defended against physical attacks. I don't know, that's just me. Also, usually you associate Reflect with something that, with, you know, reflecting, but I don't actually take damage when I do a physical attack against someone who uses Reflect, as far as I recall. And Pokemon are really rare in this strip. So let's see, what can I talk about? I'm still writing, obviously. I mean, if I actually ever finish that book, I'll probably, like, be all really excited about it. But, yeah, it's still going on. I'm really enjoying the little people. In the book, it's a fantasy, right? There are little people. And when I say little people, I mean like, you know, like brownies, red caps, you know, little people. Um, Gnomes, I guess, are considered little people sometimes. I don't know. There are a lot of little people in all sorts of cultures around the world. Brownies, I think, are the most iconic. Anyway, I'm enjoying some parts with them. There are some little people characters. I won't be more specific than that, but they're there. I'm probably gonna end this episode relatively soon, even if I don't find what I'm looking for, i.e. a Tauros or some other Pokemon I haven't caught yet. Which is a shame, but I guess I couldn't have expected the Safari Zone to be so... I shouldn't have expected it to be so easy for the Safari Zone to yield its fruits. Its very many bountiful fruits. But at least I found a couple things. Like this guy. And hey, at least we're getting experience. Oh yeah, I think I was also calling the episodes that have like some weird glitchy stuff in them junk episodes. I don't know if I'm really gonna standardize that or anything. It's just sort of a thing I felt like doing. Like it's junk because I'm not really doing anything productive. I mean, I guess I sort of am because I usually did that in order to duplicate TM, because I really don't like that TMs have limited use, specifically one-time use. I believe in the most recent generations, TMs can be used infinitely, which I think kind of makes more sense. Or at the very least, you should be able to buy all of them, I think. But I don't know, that's just me. Yeah, I don't think Taurus is in here, which is really odd. I don't understand why only some of the Safari Zone Pokemon are appearing. I guess maybe my theory really was correct, or maybe I'm just being really unlucky. It's hard to say, because there's no... Well, there probably is an answer somewhere on the internet. I'll have to look that up, I suppose. But for now, we seem to be pretty out of luck. But at least now, Magmar is, you know, coming up to par pretty much. I mean, not really yet. I feel like it has to be in its 30s or something to be really on par, but still. Also, Barrage doesn't seem to have very good accuracy. I wonder why. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find a Tauros here. Oh well. I guess I'll have to find it to catch it the old-fashioned way, or maybe I'll be able to get lucky in a different area. I don't know. I suppose we'll find out in another date. Also, I guess I'll switch you guys around for now. I mean, we're not going to be here much longer, but you know, just maybe I'll get you to 18 or something. You know, be an adult. A lot of Rhyhorns all of a sudden. Not bad. There we go, 18. Okay. Suddenly the game really likes Rhyhorn. I'll give it like a couple more chances. And then I'll give up. I gotta get cooking. Again with Rhyhorn. Does this mean something? Like, does it go through some sort of cycle, and after a certain point it starts repeating certain Pokemon? I don't know. It's really weird. I wish I understood this better. I mean, it could just be completely random chance. Like, you know, it is possible to flip a coin and get 50 heads. It's just not something you'd expect to ever happen. Oh, okay, we're back to other Pokemon. I got a lot of psychics. Oof. There's a psychic. Alright. One more chance. I know I said a couple of chances ago, but one more. It's like a slot machine. Just one more go. Just one more hit. Something will show up. And it's Nidoran. Alright. How do with these guys? Alright, I guess I'll save it, and that'll be it for this episode. Let's see, I caught Dratini, Venomoth, and Rhyhorn. Okay. I see you later.